One compelling feature of the Sony PlayStation 5 is its M.2 slot, which accommodates a second internal solid-state drive to supplement the gaming console's standard SSD. Not just any SSD will do. However, you need a drive that meets Sony's exacting standards for interface, thickness, speed, and more. In this video, we will look at some of the best on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range starting at. Number 5. ADATA XPG Gammix S70 Blade. XPG may not be one of the most well-known brands on this list, but the Gammix S70 Blade deserves high praise for its affordable price point, integrated heatsink, and stellar sequential performance. A 1TB model will run you just $130, though is frequently on sale for $119.99. And we've spotted the 2TB variant that we tested available for as low as $219.99 too. All told, this is an incredible value, given the sequential performance on offer, which is certainly worth considering in 2022. Despite ADATA stating that the claimed up to 7,400-6,800 MB per second read and write speeds would be capped at 6,100 MB per second by the PS5's OS, our testing actually revealed read speeds of over 6,200 MB per second once formatted. As expected, transferring files across from the console's internal storage to the XPG Gammix S70 was no problem at all, and we didn't notice any difference in performance when running games from this drive compared to the console itself. Keep in mind that there are no instructions for how to install the included heatsink though. However, scanning the QR code on the box did point us in the direction of facts, and then a guide to tell us how to do it. Once that's covered, it's all smooth sailing from there, and you're well on your way to doubling or even tripling your storage space. Reasons to buy: incredible price point that offers great value, impressive speeds, includes a heatsink. Reasons to avoid: heatsink instructions are hard to find. Number 4. Kingston Fury Renegade 2TB. The Kingston Fury Renegade is one of the fastest and most consistent Gen 4.0 NVMe SSDs, which is powered by the Phison E18 controller. The result is a drive that excels with sequential read rates of upwards of 8,600 MB per second in our testing, while a little on the pricier side, especially in the 2TB configuration like with our review unit. The performance on display really does justify the asking price. What's more, this PS5 SSD comes wrapped in its own graphene heatsink, so there's no need for a bulky D-root here. The Kingston Renegade SSD keeps things aesthetically simple, with a monochrome design language for all the difference when inside your console. What you will know, though, is just how good this surprisingly slender graphene heatsink actually does at keeping those temperatures down. In our testing, we clocked this drive at a maximum operating temperature of 68 degrees, far below the danger zone, and running commonly between 45 and 55 degrees when in-game. It was only when deliberately stress testing that we saw the heat peak, so you've got little to worry about here. If you're after a Gen 4.0 NVMe SSD that's ready to be slotted straight into your PS5 console, offering sequential performance, pushing that 7,000 MB per second mark, then the Kingston Fury Renegade truly lives up to its namesake. While the 2TB model carries an MSRP of $425, as one of the most expensive PS5 SSDs you can get, we've seen it commonly selling for around the $318 mark more regularly since launch. What's more, for the best price to performance ratio, the Kingston Renegade 1TB is likely to be the sweet spot for your PS5 console at only $189.99. Reasons to buy: built-in graphene heat spreader, incredible sequential performance, powered by the Phison E18. Reasons to avoid: one of the most expensive PS5 SSDs. Number 3. Corsair MP600 Pro LPX 2TB. The Corsair MP600 Pro LPX is one of the better designed PS5 SSDs with a built-in heatsink that we've come across, and it's got the performance speeds to match. While our review unit didn't hit the projected 7,100 MB per second max sequential read speeds, instead of clocking in at a still respectable 5,581.505 MB per second, you're still getting a more than competent drive for everyday use on your PS5. File transfer times of the Corsair MP600 Pro LPX were impressive to say the least, especially as far as the bigger titles were concerned. Red Dead Redemption 2, with its massive 116.3 GB, was written to the NVMe drive in only 1 minute 13 seconds. You can expect games in the sub 100 GB range to take well under a minute. As we found with Demon's Souls, 53.65 GB, which took 46.11 seconds, and Ghost of Tsushima, 59.13 GB, which made the leap in 46.67 seconds. If you've got an extensive back catalog of smaller titles that you want to make room for on your PS5, then this particular drive excels when more modest file sizes are involved. Platformer Astro's Playroom, 11.02 GB, zipped onto the Corsair MP600 Pro LPX in 11.11 seconds, with Metro Redux 13.57 GB. Clocking in at just 13.98 seconds. What we're essentially seeing here is 1 GB sec, which is certainly commendable as far as Gen 4.0 is concerned. The MSRP of the Corsair MP600 Pro LPX is respectable for a 2 TB model, at $339.99, though availability appears to be limited at the moment. If you're interested in this capacity in particular, we think it's a fair rate given the speeds on offer and the fantastic heatsink and build quality overall. Reasons to buy: one of the better included heatsinks, performance on par with internal storage, stellar design and build quality. Reasons to avoid: didn't quite hit projected speeds. Number 2. Samsung 980 Pro 1 TB heatsink. The Samsung 980 Pro is still one of the best PS5 SSDs on the market, especially considering that the heatsink model is now widely available and frequently discounted too. While this drive may no longer be the absolute fastest Gen 4.0 unit that you can slot into your Sony system, the overall all-star sequential rates of up to 7000 MB per second read cannot be denied. While Gen 4 drives running the likes of the Phison E18 controller are going to offer more consistent and faster overall random performance, the Samsung 980 Pro matches the console's internal storage and is usually available substantially cheaper than newer drives on the market. The addition of a dedicated heatsink custom-made for the system is going to be ideal for anyone preferring the plug-and-play approach as opposed to having to go all D2. It's still one of the fastest drives going, offering speeds that can surpass the 7000 MB per second mark, which is frankly ludicrous, but excellent for those wanting something that will run the PS5's custom SSD as close as it can. Reasons to buy: unbelievable performance, matches the PS5's own SSD, own proprietary heatsink. Reasons to avoid: pricier than most. Number 1. Seagate FireCuda 531 TB heatsink. Technically, this was the first SSD confirmed for PS5. The Seagate FireCuda 530 is undoubtedly one of the best PS5 SSDs, and definitely one of the most popular. Touted to have blistering speeds and confirmed to have all the next-gen tech within it, this really is a quality PS5 SSD internal option. The fact that it also comes with its own heatsink, as shown in the picture above, is a bonus. No D jobs with this drive. Having said that, a non-heatsink version is also available if you'd rather attach your own. The transfer speeds are top drawer, with Seagate claiming that it beats off the SN850 by edging over that 7000 MB per second mark rather than aiming solely for it. Crucially, it's got the latest in tech inside it, as it sports 3D TLC NAND memory and next-gen PCI 4.0. Reasons to buy: heatsink model available, excellent speeds, Seagate pedigree. Reasons to avoid: limited availability right now. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos daily, so do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification to get more information, or if you want to know product price, please do check my description. For any kind of problem, please comment below so I can help you further. Life is short, so enjoy every bit of your life with our cool products, as it's going to make your life much easier. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.